Hi guys, I just finished a scouting tour with two very experienced professional photographers on behalf of Iceland Photo Tours. And this tour really couldn't have gone any better. Weather was amazing each day. We got sunrises and sunset basically every day. We had 2 days of crazy northern light, which is pretty good on a 5-day tour. So these guys came here to prepare for a landscape photo workshop for their clients. So my job was to take them between locations, recommend locations. So what to show to seasoned photographers, what to see and what to skip. Does local knowledge mean anything when you're doing a tour or a scouting tour like this? Or is it completely overrated? Is it just something you can research before you go from home? We started the tour on the Snæfellsnes Peninsula. When we got to our first location, which was the Black Church in Búðir, there was a blizzard. So we couldn't see anything. We could see the church, but that was about it. But the thing is, when you have blizzards like that, sometimes you get a break between blizzards. And if you're lucky, these breaks are completely amazing. The clouds are so dramatic, black clouds, maybe with little sun peeking through it. Sometimes you have to wait for it. You come to a location and you have to wait for the storm or the blizzard to clear. But it's worth it. It might mean that you will not get as many locations as if there were no blizzards, but it is completely worth it because the light can be amazing. How do you know when to wait? I mean, if you're sitting outside a location and you decide to wait for the weather to clear, how do you know it's gonna clear? Well, experience. It is, if you lived in a place like Iceland all your life, you kind of get the hang of reading into the weather a little bit. Sometimes we actually fail doing that. We make a bet and we fail. But very often we do succeed. And I would say that at least having somebody who knows the conditions wherever you are will increase your chance to get a good light considerably. So what do I mean with bad conditions? Take a look at this photo. This is the Black Church in Búðir. When we came there, we couldn't see anything. We hardly could see the church, but it kind of looks cool. Bad weather photos are cool. So you don't need sunrises and sunset for everything you shoot. We decided not to wait at the Black Church because we did have a nice picture of it and we needed to continue to next location, which was Arnarstapi. This is a mountain you can see from Arnarstapi. Just a telephoto, simple shot telephoto lens of the peak while the cloud is clearing. I do like those kind of photos. Here is a deserted farm, which is very close to Arnarstapi. This is the cloud I'm talking about when I'm talking about amazing dramatic clouds between blizzards. This is what you can get. And here, this is Gat Klettur. It's an arch at Arnarstapi also. This really nice seascape. This is the same place, just a few meters from the arch. And here are my clients in this trip, my fellow photographers shooting at the top there, and they kind of looked photogenic standing there, so I took this shot for them. This is Lóndrangar, the orange. We stayed there for sunset. This is the black cloud I was talking about earlier. This is so cool. Even if you only have that, you know, it would probably, for this photo, it would probably be better to just have the black clouds over everything. I would like that more, but this is what we got. And then for sunrise, we got this. This is Mount Kirkjufell, perhaps the most photographed mountain in Iceland. Here is the town of Grundarfjörður, which is just next to Kirkjufell mountain. This is like the money shot. This is the photo everybody wants from Mount Kirkjufell. Seeing the waterfalls there to the left and the Kirkjufell mountain and nice clouds behind it. It's, you know, it doesn't really get any better than that in winter. You don't see a lot of the waterfalls because they are frozen mostly. But that just adds to the winter wonderland atmosphere. And here's another viewpoint to the mountain. So which location do you pick for a workshop or a tour, photo tour, just any tour? It depends on the tour. It depends on the people who are you marketing it to. In this case, we are marketing it to people that has probably never been here before, and they want to see the big location, the best known location. So of course you're going to do that. Then to fill in, you have other locations, but you will not want to skip those places like Mount Kirkjufell, because these places, they do sell trips. So, and at the end of the day, that's what we are doing, selling trips. And yes, some say that some of those places are overshot. My opinion on that is known. It's a stupid word. It's a made-up word that is used by amateurs. You can always get a frame everywhere, and there is a reason why this is shot a lot. The place is nice. That's why a lot of people want to shoot it. I have another video where I talk about this in more depth. The video is here. Check it out. It is an interesting subject, overshot. I don't even know what you're talking about. So then we moved on from Snæfellsnes Peninsula to the south coast. A lot of cool places at the south coast. The only problem sometimes with that area is people. There's a lot of people at the south coast, and especially in this time of year where the sunrise is relatively late and the sunset is kind of early. So when we have sunrise really early, like 6 o'clock in the morning, there is nobody there. It's not a problem. But when it's like 10 o'clock, 9 or 10 o'clock, the tourists are awake and on location. So you just have to deal with it. You will always find a frame. You will always find your shot, set it up, wait for your frame to clear as much as it will. Then you just have to stamp out unwanted guests. That's what we do. I did talk about this more in my last week's video. Check that out, it's right here. So what about local knowledge in stuff like this? Is it useless? Well, not all locals are the same. If you ask a local that has no real knowledge of photography and light, but he does know the locations well, it's not useless information, but I would always double check. I would, do research online, take those recommendations, take it online and see how it looks and when is the best time to shoot it. Because if you're not a photographer, chances are you do not know that. The local does not know that, even he is a local. There are so many places I have visited. amazing places, beautiful, beautiful view, amazing atmosphere. You know, just one of these crazy locations, but there's no photo there. You've probably seen this. You're at this location and it's great, but there's no photo. And this is the thing with local knowledge. If you're a local that does not know photography, you don't know this. You don't understand this. In best case scenario, you have a snapshot, which is not what you have come from the other side of the world to get. You know, even if I recommend you doing that also, taking those snapshots. You know, these are not the locations you want to be shooting for. And also, there are, you know, emotions. People have sentimental connections to a location, and in their mind it's the most beautiful place in the world. And there can be various reasons behind that. But again, there might be no photo there. It's good info though. Just check it out, double check it, go online and check it out. And then we have those locals that have spent years shooting in Iceland or any other location. They will actually save you a lot of time. You know, they will minimize the bullshit time. They know the locations, they know the light, they know when to be there, they know when to shoot if there is no light. If you have bad weather, what do you do if there's bad weather? You're not gonna sit in a hotel and wait it out. You could wait a week. So it is good to have at least access to a person that can assist you in this way. And also not just, you know, the little things like where to eat. If you're hungry and you need to eat, and you're going to go and look for a restaurant, and you're burning precious light looking for something to eat, or a toilet or a grocery store. If you have some local knowledge, you minimize that time. At least a seasoned photographer that has been working the area for a long time will increase your chance to get great stuff a lot. And then of course when you travel, if you're anything like me, when I travel other places, I want more than photos. I want a little insight into the hearts and mind of the locals. I want to know what this is all about. Not just historical things, but also current affairs. You know, what's happening, what's going on in the country. That helps me connect to the place a little better, know its history. It helps me tell a story with my photos. You know, that's what I want. You know, I don't always succeed. Sometimes it's not a story, more like a feeling or something. But you know, that's what I aim for. So if I have some background info about the place I'm shooting, I have more chance of succeeding in that. I tour other countries. I have photo tours in other countries than Iceland, and the tour, and in my opinion, the tour will only be as good as my local guy. So the answer is no. Local knowledge is not overrated, but in the end of the day, I guess it's all down to what you are looking for. So after South Coast, we went to southeast corner of Iceland, where we have Glacier Lagoon, the glaciers, the ice beach, a lot of really, really cool stuff. Probably my favorite place in the world to shoot. This is by no means a complete list of locations we did on this scouting tour. We did many other locations not seen here, but all these photos you see here are taken on this tour. Will you have the same lighting conditions when you come here? Maybe, maybe not. But that is what I find so wonderful about landscape photography. It's the excitement of trying to get a great frame, the disappointment that follows not to get it, which only increases the joy when you get it. Because I don't believe in shortcuts in landscape photography. You don't manufacture a frame just because you didn't get it. I have a I had 2 videos about that. You can see that here in the corner. And lastly, I get a lot of people to my workshops with pretty clear vision of what they want to shoot and how they want to shoot, what light they want to shoot in, and because they did some research online. It is a bad idea to bring that mentality, because you're setting yourself up for disappointment. You can never take anything for granted weather-wise here in Iceland. You don't know if you're gonna get northern lights, you don't know if you're gonna get ice cap, you don't know if you're gonna get sunrises and sunset, but you will get something. And if you're hung up on an idea you had before you got there, you're not gonna be able to enjoy what you get, what the locations is offering. Sometimes people don't even see it because they're so disappointed with the conditions. There's always a frame. Don't get hung up on other people's work. Don't be so focused on a photo you saw from somebody else online that you're unable to make your own photograph, which has so much more meaning than imitating someone else. So that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like usually, if you like it, consider subscribing, sharing, liking the video. Spread the word, help me grow the channel. Thank you for watching.